Hello, this is Josiah Growth with Back to Bliss, and today's topic is the idea that therapy is not always comfortable. And so we want to get our heads around this idea of what is okay and how much discomfort is appropriate, what we should expect when we get a massage if we're not comfortable or not used to having them. Sometimes there can be soreness. Sometimes we can leave a bruise. Sometimes there can be a negative side effect to the therapy. And what we want to make sure that you know is that there is definitely too much, and it's okay to say no to an amount of pressure. And so that's what we want to communicate today. So to get started, we need to know that there is a narrow range where therapy is most effective. And to put it simply, there's all of this area here where everything's comfortable and it's very yes, and the pressure is soothing, but it's not deep, and that's comfortable. There's a narrow range that it's both uncomfortable and comfortable. The good hurt, we'll call it the sweet spot, where there's both, but something's happening, and that's the true space of the most effective therapy. And then over here, there's this big range of no, where it's too much. And there's no therapy happening here because we have a guarding response from that no. We have, and maybe it's just too painful, there's too much pressure, maybe it's too goofy, or we're not emotionally okay with when we don't know why, but why is that vulnerability? Well, maybe the stretch is pulling on some things where it's just not okay. And if we're over here in the no zone, there's no therapy happening because we have too much resistance. We're not creating space. If we're over here, we're not being effective either because we're not really getting the nervous system to fully focus. We're not getting the pressure in the depth of musculature that we could. And so there's this narrow range, and that's where the most effective therapy is. And so if that's the truth, if and if you believe me that there's this all yes, okay, it's nice, but it's not quite as effective. Here's the most effective space where it's both pleasure and pain, good and maybe not so good. And then here, this whole no. If you believe that is true, if you follow me, then when we're in the room, we have to be able to communicate our narrow range. We have to be able to be comfortable saying, we're in the no, that's too much. And a lot of times there will be the relationship between you and the therapist. Are you comfortable saying no? That's too much pressure. That just hurts. But also that you know that it's okay that anytime you guard, anytime that your body starts to tense up against the pressure, that is starting to move into the no zone. Because if a massage is attempting to create space, if we're attempting to release muscle tension, when we're digging and everybody's like, oh, it's so much, I don't know if I can handle it, but keep going. If you can see my body, I am not relaxing my muscles. It's okay. And so when we get to that point, it's absolutely appropriate to say, that's not in the therapy zone for me. As the therapist, we don't always know. We get a variety of body tensions, we get a variety of body types, and we get a variety of subjective, like what is painful for you. We don't quite know all the time. We can judge and gauge by your reaction fairly decently, but it's always good to be able to say, not enough, too much, perfect. And so the idea is that communication should be comfortable, it should be free, and we want to hear it from you, but also moving from this spa relaxation, sleepy therapeutic massage, which is definitely helpful and good, but not quite the sweet spot. It's not that really deep, good, powerful therapy. Moving from that into the good hurt sometimes is uncomfortable, and it's important to be okay with that. The people who are not okay with that, who stay on the all yes side, it's important for you to know that the benefits of the massage are still great, and it's wonderful to get a really restful, relaxing massage. And that's what a Swedish massage is to me. That's what it's all about, is staying sort of on this comfortable range. The therapeutic massage, the myofascial release, the therapeutic tones, we're starting to move into that uncomfortable zone consciously, and so we may leave some bruises. Hopefully your body doesn't guard so much, and hopefully we don't leave too many, but some people will bruise. Some people will feel sore for a couple of days. The rule of thumb is if you've been sore for longer than 3 days, it was definitely too much. As a massage therapist, we generally don't want to leave you really sore for 3 days. A couple days is okay. It's a normal therapeutic inflammation response. It's a normal reaction. But we want to know if you were too sore too long. And it's also okay for you to know that if you were sore and it was a little too much, your therapist is okay with hearing that, and it's okay to go back to them as long as they listen and they lighten up the next time. And so all in all, this whole topic, it's important to know that you're going to walk into some maybe possible negative side effects, but if you communicate properly, you can really create a wonderful healing space that allows you to be in that zone, navigating it with the therapist that you have in the room. And the results can be phenomenal for body, heart, and mind when you can comfortably communicate, when you can express yourself, and then be validated back. Okay, that's too much? Okay, well then we won't do too much. And so all those things are really important to us at Back to Bliss. And as a final note, we want you to know that at the end of every service, if we have your email address on file, you will get a survey. And anything that didn't go well, anything that went really well, we'd love to hear your feedback. And so you can tell us if you were sore too long, just give us a call and let us know. We'll put it in your notes. If you felt uncomfortable and it was a big no and you don't want to go back to see that person, let us know about that too. If it was a big yes and it was an amazing therapy, we want the kudos. We want to celebrate that we're doing a good job. So let us know. Basically, just let us know. And the survey at the end of every massage is a great way to do that. So if you found this topic interesting, let us know, and tell us if you want to know more about it, because the subtleties of the communication and the subtleties of the mind and heart as we work into a deeper pressure, deeper therapeutic space, it's very wonderful stuff, but it's a little bit much for one video. So have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.